you all. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Thanks for joining in and tuning into the transmission, guys. Out of control bidding wars across Canada. This is getting very, very serious, and bidding wars are starting to spark up across America, too. Amerifornia is coming. I'll maybe do a separate video for Amerifornia to keep Americans updated on what's going on with out-of-control bidding wars. Now, it's been a staple thing in Canada since 2010, after the 2010 Olympics. So if you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so to kick it off, tonight's transmission off with out-of-control bidding wars, I actually put up a post a week ago that got 238 votes on it. How far outside of your nearest major city do you have to go to afford a four-bedroom, three-bath detached home with a small yard on your current combined household income? So 12% stated that they need to go 25 to 30 miles outside of their area. 50 to 100 miles, 27%. 150 to 300 miles, 20%. And 400 to 600 miles, 31%. That's the biggest vote right there, 31%. If they want to afford something, a home or something outside of the nearest major city, they need to travel 400 to 600 miles outside the city. And 10% says, I can already afford to live in my own city. Comment below. So people have already voted, and 10% only. And that is not a good sign. So let's connect the dots. Canada wants more Chinese workers, students, and tourists, 500,000 per year coming in, and they spend a lot of money and buy our real estate. Canada would be in a recession without money laundering. So Canada's only allowed for 2011, 12, 13, and 14. So 2011 to 2015 to allow the RCMP to actually track down money laundering, and they shut it down. And they only found roughly through Canadian real estate about $200 billion laundered, and it ties into 46% of young adults in Toronto say they've considered moving away recently. So this is a little bit older. What is this thing from? This is from 17 days ago. This is actually a lot newer in comparison to the other ones, and people moving to the boonies. And this one's a little bit older, from 2018. Aboriginals and whites leaving Metro Vancouver. What does Aboriginals and whites tell you about leaving Vancouver? What does Aboriginals and whites have to do? That means Aboriginals and whites are the people that are born and raised in Vancouver, and they're leaving in mass exodus. So you're seeing a mass exodus happening across Canada. If you connect the dots from Canada competing for rich investors, and now with a couple of 100,000 people in Hong Kong right now waiting for their visas to get out of Hong Kong, and Canada's competing tooth and nail with Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, and parts of America now. Amerifornia just started. So America's going to catch up to the rest of the Commonwealth. So here it is, guys. What is going on? So it's going nuts. Bidding wars are out of control. Here it is. Toronto one-bedroom condo sells for a breaking $730K. Breaking $730K. I just have to get my marbles together. A one-bedroom, $730 large. Guys, 8 months of the year, I lived in Toronto. Grew up in Toronto when I was a kid in a Portuguese community, Portuguese, Italian, Greek community. And let me tell you, 8 months of the year, 9 months of the year, it's 8 months. Okay, 8 months, it's just miserable weather, cold. And yeah, you would think it'd be cheaper to live there because you're constantly, but that's just my opinion. The taxes are high in Toronto. The cost of living, the competition for employment is crazy. You have to take a knee to get employment somewhere. You have to take a knee to an employer if you want them to pick them, if you want to be picked by them. It's crazy. So here it is right here. Toronto one-bedroom condo sells for a recording-breaking, $730K. In another example of hot Toronto's real estate market is getting, a downtown condo sold for more than $100,000 over asking. So now this is going to change the numbers that I have here. This is going to make absolutely no sense now, but I have numbers before I got this article for the average person to get into average wage, upper average wage earner. So we're not talking about minimum wage. We're not talking about low wage off the books. We're not talking about minimum wage. We're talking, and we're not talking about average low wage. We're talking about upper average wage earner. So teachers, people like upper average wage. So they're okay. 20 times. So this is it. For a 1-bedroom, this is before I got this information here. A 1-bedroom, are you ready for this? They will need to save for 21 years. It's 21 times their average income. 21 times they have to save 21 years for a 1-bedroom. Yeah. So it's 21 years to save to put down on a 1-bedroom. And non-condo detached, non-condo detached with a bit of land, they have to save 29 years. So if you're an above average wage earner, you have to save 29 years for a home. That's to get started, to get rolling. That's not buying it free and clear. So Toronto 1-bedroom condo sells for, so here it is, guys. So let's move on here. Even foreign real estate buyers are dumping Vancouver to the suburbs. So you're going to start to see more and more people bidding wars happening. So non-resident home purchases falls over 37% in January, and a lot of it BC non-resident real estate buyers. So there it is right there in 2021. So there it is. It's going crazy. Last year's full numbers show a small drop in the number of foreign nationals. They were because of COVID. Now, hold on. Greater Vancouver real estate isn't as popular with foreign buyers. So Greater Vancouver is even seeing foreign buyers flee for less expensive regions. Only 22.63% of BC's non-resident purchases in January were in the Greater Vancouver region. 22.63% of non-residents. So that's a lot of people coming in. There it is right there, 22.63%. So let's move on. Bidding wars, driving up real estate in Maple Ridge and Pitt Meadows. So that's anywhere from 40 to 100 miles out of Vancouver, like 35 to 100 miles out. And let me tell you something about that. The infrastructure is so poor. The highways are so bad. You would think, it's like I-75 or I-95. No. This is really bad. To drive 35 miles out of Vancouver, there's no proper infrastructure and there's no highways going into the city of Vancouver. So people that live in these cities have to commute 2 hours plus to drive 30-40 miles. So competition among buyers are driving up home prices of Maple Ridge, Pitt Meadows across the region. Longtime Maple Ridge realtor said bidding wars on properties are now a commonplace as agents from Vancouver, Richmond, and other communities bring buyers to shop for homes in these suburbs. So there it is. It's these people. The whites and Aboriginals that have been leaving are trying to get in, and then you're competing. Then you're competing here with foreign investors. So that's what's happening out in the burbs. BC real estate bidding wars again hitting high-end housing market. So now, the one recent sale went more than $1.6 million over asking price, while another went $700,000 higher. I was gonna say 700,000%, but it doesn't surprise me. Look at this beaut. Look at that beaut. I think it's got some skylights in it. So there it is. So when the COVID real estate boom started, multiple offers over asking sale price, mostly happening for detached homes in the $1.5 million to $2 million range. Now, guys, I need to make this very clear for you, especially if you're watching this in the United States. $1.5 million to $2 million, it's just an average home. We're not talking about a plantation, a manor, an estate. We're just talking like a house, and most likely that's going to need a couple of $100,000 in repair. You can't make this stuff up. So here, let's go here now. With some 19 other offers, the home went under contract in mid-February to be sold for $3.6 million or $723,000 over asking price. It had great potential, but it was a very small house. So there it is right there. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Let's move it along here. Cottage country is the new battleground for housing bidding wars. Cottage country is the new battleground for housing bidding wars. Bidding wars to be expected when buying a house in a big city market, but now they have spilled beyond the suburbs to otherwise calmer and more remote areas. known as peri-urban regions. PD? Is it peri? Is it French? PD? Or is it hot sauce? It used to take months to sell a cottage before COVID. Now, such homes are being sold within days, sometimes even hours after being listed. So, cottages are getting hit with bidding wars. And where were we? Cottages. Bidding wars are causing lower mainland real estate prices to rise. Again, this is from like 7-8 days ago, and there it is. While record low interest rates are part of the equation, Remax Select believes that the brief viewing window is usually about 10 minutes per potential buyer due to the COVID pan. So people go in, don't have more than 10 minutes to look around. Toronto home prices breach 1 million for the first time as bidding wars heat up. So what's happening is a lot of people are leaving the bigger cities and they're moving to other cities. Bidding wars for Canadian real estate are a drain on the economy. Here's why. So it goes on to say here that, where did it go here? And so we've arrived where we are today. We are literally watching listing prices fall while sales prices rise. What's worse, the total percentage of over asking is still increasing while the listing prices decrease. The idea of an asking price has been all but replaced by a starting price. That's very important, guys. We've turned our real estate market into a silent auction. Have fun, folks. I wanted to kind of share that with you guys. Red hot Winnipeg. Winnipeg. If you guys in part of the United States knew where Winnipeg was, it's in the province of Manitoba. And our Prime Minister calls it Peopletoba. Well, red hot Winnipeg real estate markets proves tough for buyers. And again, it goes on to say, buying your first home can be exciting time of your life, but Buddy and his partner, it has been stressful. I think we started to figure out why it's so difficult. The houses are sparse, the good ones are sparse, and the rates are so low that everybody's able to just basically bid on any kind of what they want, Hill said. A combination of being outbid and also having no conditions for other bids, said Hill. One bid literally just said they didn't have a finance condition, essentially meaning here's $350,000 in cash. So that's overbidding. And guys, there it is right there. There it is right there. It is happening in Manitoba. So people they're leaving their major cities, but they're going into these other areas that, and then when they settle down and say, okay, let me go find myself a job, unless they're working at home and working from home, they're going to have a major issue, right? Fredericton real estate market. Here it is, Fredericton. There it is, Fredericton. So Fredericton has turned into a seller's market. Bidding wars have become a commonplace within the city. 60,000 people. Home buyers are placing bids as high as 60,000 over asking price. And these are Canada's fastest growing communities as cities see record exodus. So more and more people are mass exodusing the big cities. So here we go, guys. So if you're living in Canada, pay attention. Oshawa, 2.1%. Halifax, 2%. Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, 2%. Kelowna, 1.9%. Calgary, 1.9%. Saskatoon, 1.9%. Montcalm, 1.8%. Edmonton, 1.8%. Barrie, Ontario, 1.8%. Belleville, Ontario, 1.6%. Ottawa, Gatineau, 1.6%. London, Ontario, 1.6%. Lethbridge, 1.5%. Trios, Rivier, I guess the Three Rivers, 1.5%. Guelph, 1.5%. And Sherbrooke, 1.5%. And that's where people are moving out of Toronto into other bigger cities. And, I mean, I would be scared about this. I left the city. I kept telling people to leave the city for many years. So if you're just joining this YouTube channel, I've been here for many years and talking about this. And We should look at some of the Exodus videos, and they go back many years too. Sorry about this, guys, if you're just founding the channel. Vancouver mass exodus, young families leaving. That's actually 3 years ago. I don't know why they keep doing that. Toronto mass exodus, housing crisis, 2 years ago. Look at that, folks. Millionaires leaving their country. Edinburgh, that's in Scotland. Sky-high property prices, mass exodus. Look at this. 4 years ago, and I haven't lived here in 5 years. Look at this. Mass exodus, young families leaving, brain drain, mass exodus. Young families leaving big cities. And there it is. Mass exodus from your city, housing crisis, and lots of trends in the housing market. Oh. Seattle housing crash. 25,000 vacant homes in Vancouver. I left the big city. So I left the city. And it's been this crazy real estate craziness across Canada. And I'm not proud of this. And I'm not proud. I paid $260,000 for my house. And my appraisal, or not my appraisal, my assessment came back at $533,000. And I'm not proud of that at all. I am not proud of this at all. Because this means my kids don't stand a chance. My kids will go into the real world when they're done high school and college, and they're already losing 4-0 right off the bat. And to get into it and to get to that level, it's going to be really tough. Anyways, guys, that's it right now for bidding wars across Canada. Let me know what you guys think. I think we're headed for a disaster. If interest rates go up, say sayonara. Rest in peace. We're out. Mike Martin's here, signing out. Thanks for watching. I have spoken.